PSG.LGD.
Dark Seer.
I go back to the Dark Seer. So Dark Seer worked out okay there for RNG. It looked good. I think it was executing well. Everything else that was there for RNG wasn't exactly on point. I think Monet did well with the Phantom Assassin, but now you're working with Darkseer, who will have a vacuum into a potential Echo Slam. So you've got a lot there in terms of a Wombo combo. And then, of course, with the Echo Slam and the Blink in potentially, you do have the Infest. So Jug will be picked up for LGD. So Jug, Slardar, Disruptor, Pango. Right now against Darkseer, Lifestealer, Earthshaker, and Bane. Safe lane Lifestealer, off lane Darkseer, still needing a mid. That leaves you with, say, a Puck, or, you know, the Storm could come out. I've been seeing a lot of Tinker as well.
PSG.LGD's turn to
Necro has been mid quite a bit, but he's banned already. Razor's banned as well. They did go Venge last game, which I didn't really think was a great pick.
Ten seconds remaining.
So let's see, as the Shadow Fiend ban for RNG, what this last ban is going to be for LGD. Got about a minute to go. They've got the first pick in this final phase. We'll see what they end up going with. I mean, I wouldn't be against the Puck ban or anything like that. That's going to grant that kind of mobility. Down to 24 seconds. Coming down to the wire on this one. I think they're also, you know, they need to figure out what they need to pick in this situation, what they want to do with their lineup. Puck wouldn't be too bad with them as well. They banned the Ember Spirit. Couple more seconds left here on their picks, and they go Clinks. Okay, wasn't exactly expecting that really at all. But Clinks, Jug, Slardar, Disruptor, and Pangolier. RNG now needing a mid. They've only got about 10 seconds left. Is it going to be that mobility over mid? And it'll be Dragonite, who does sometimes pick up a Blink Dagger, but DK, a very safe pick. It will be maybe on that mid. Clinks, Ame in the safe lane with the Jug. Off lane, Chalice, Slardar, leaving the Pangolier in the 4 position. X-Nova back on the Disruptor. And then Monet, of course, on the Lifestealer, SRF in the offlane, Darkseer, Lanham on the Earthshaker, Afu on the Bane, Dragonite left mid for Setsu. So we'll see how this Clinks is going to do. Dragonite, a very comfortable pick for many mids. I think this lineup here for RNG has a bit of potential, but I think it might even come down to how well this Clinks is able to do in the early mid-game. Open up the map for the Jug, because if Ame can find a good enough amount of farm, we've seen what Jugs can do to rip through, and This game looking no different. So just starting in a moment. It's kind of hard to make conversation with yourself at times. I'd like there to be two of me, with the second one being a little bit better at Dota. I like where the LGD lineup comes in, though, with the movement of Swashbuckle. You'll have the Glimpse, you'll have the Slithering Crush to work with that Glimpse, or just go in where you blink Slithering Crush, work with a Bash. But at the same time, I think RNG might be a little bit more comfortable with their lineup. And definitely has I would say, more than enough potential to work out in their favor. So let's see.
Prepare for battle.
As the tips come out. Is it the 5-man smoke again from RNG? No, it won't be. We'll line him into the off lane there with SRF. Ame going over with X Nova, and then bottom is right now maybe and Chalice, because going over towards top is FY, who is in that 4 position on this Pangolier. Only 2 heroes here for RNG. Is sitting back towards the mid-tier 3 is Setsu, with Afu going towards bottom to help out Monet.
30 seconds to battle.
See what the build ends up being for Chalice as well, as he's going into the Quelling Blade and then having that Vlad's, of course. That has been a very popular pickup for offlaners. Let's see. Ame just backing him up. The Thunderstrike comes out from X Nova. I believe in game 1 had taken Kinetic Field early. That came down to the situation that they were in where they fought a lot. And it will be 3 bounty runes to start this off for LGD. So let's see how the laning phase goes. I'm very much interested in maybe against Setsu over mid. Interested to see how this Clinks does. Not a hero you see too often anymore. He's got himself 2 shared tangos. Already thinking about getting himself a salve. Immediately eating a tango is Setsu. And then bottom Chalice goes into the bash. That does a good chunk of damage, especially getting early 2 or 3 levels in it. And you can be hitting really hard early on. Get that bash with a Slithering Crush. Grant yourself that good lockdown over bottom. You're here with the Pangolier. Swashbuckle, a shield crash here or there. Definitely opportunities for LGD in this bottom lane. As well as I would say for RNG a little bit. If LGD aren't too careful, but this is what you want to see. A little bit of harassment coming out with the bash. Meanwhile, mid, a lot of damage there on Setsu. Forced to eat another one of those tangos, and well, he's got himself a shared and 2 tangos left, but continuing to burn those spears into him is Clinks. And they are arrows. A smaller spear. Not meant, of course, to be Huskars. So, let's see what Adam's looking to accomplish with this. Just look to block the pull. Yeah. Blocks these creeps from coming in. X Nova spots him. Thunderstrike coming through. A couple of shots, just pot-shotting each other. Meanwhile, over mid. 2 of these searing arrows already in Setsu. Will be over towards a regen rune. We'll pick up all that mana back. Or, well, a decent chunk of it. Seems like every other shot from Somnus has come over towards Setsu. It's the 11-2 to the 9-0. Nothing too crazy, but meanwhile, bottom FY in trouble. The fissure comes out, and this should be first blood. Lanham picks it up. I don't think he really needed to take that away from Monet, but it doesn't really quite matter, as first blood is there for RNG in this bottom lane with the rotation over from the Earthshaker. SRF runs at X-Nova, but the Blade Fury on top of him has to surge out and just barely making his escape. But still, these creeps, now with another one Ion Shelled, are just doing that damage over time. Now, Ame. So back over mid, maybe hit with a fissure that came through. SRF having to be very careful. A little low on mana, has enough for an Ion Shell or a Surge. But he does have 2 mangoes, so not really too worried. Does have enough for both if a push came to shove. 3 heroes still here over bottom, and the 2 supports sitting a little bit low on mana. Lucky Shot, Swashbuckle here for FY, and at level 3 for the Sardar, 2 into the Bash, 1 into the Slithering Crush, and you see how much damage that does here to Lanham. And he needs to be a little bit scared if FY were to maybe come over, and they do go with the Slithering Crush. Could see them getting themselves a kill. So there's that third hit. Immediately looking over at Monet. Will bash to get that last hit. And now venturing over towards mid was Lanham for a second. Maybe looking to get a kill onto maybe. We'll have his Clarity pop there by the Wreath Fire coming out from Dragonite. He doesn't have any mana regen in terms of the Clarity or a Mango. He's sitting just about a fourth of the way through level 5, ahead of this Clinks at 26-6 to the 17-1 of maybe. So up there by about 10 last hits. Doing well in this lane. Seemingly quieting down as Ame continuing to take advantage of this over towards top. As SRF away from the lane for a moment to fill up this bottle with some bounty runes. So, bounty rune won't be picked up, but they look over at Lanham. They've got the silence. Slithering Crush is a little bit short. Chalice unable to lock him in. And now they just turn towards Afu. Nightmare will be pulled off as they've got the Bash. Meanwhile, SRF dying to Ame. Does have the Shrine right there. Will use it. FY. Now the Bash coming out on Alanum. So he's still sitting low. But will regen enough where both of them should be safe. It's just harassment coming out from Chalice. Swashbuckle comes in. This Bane is disarmed. This fight going on for quite some time. Ooh, the Fissure as well as the Salve, the Nightmare, and the Brain Sap. That's enough regen to get away from this one. It's a great move there from Afu. He did get the kill over top. And that was Ame who got credit for that kill on SRF. He's very close to hitting that level 6. Scooting over towards mid will be X-Nova. Throw a ward down. He's got level 1 in the Glimpse, so not a really big range on that one. Monet's made his way to level 5. He's got about a little bit, about a level behind Ame, who's had the lane practically to himself for a lot of this, as X-Nova had been pulling, stacking, doing what he can, and then giving up a lot of experience where you don't really think the Darkseer is coming in too far. And really, Ame's been able to handle himself. He's 37 and 34. 34 denies. Wow. 44 and 10 for the DK. Maybe over towards bottom. That'll leave the DK to himself as Monet takes a couple of shots. They've got Chalice and FY in this lane, making things a little tough for Monet. And X-Nova and Ame will push SRF back to the Shrine. let's switch it over to the net worth. You see that Jugs are up at the top. DK following. Maybe still sitting here bottom as maybe they're thinking about going in on a Monet, but the Slithering Crush misses again. And he's already committed the ulti for this, but the Swashbuckle comes through. They've got the silence on a Monet, body block, and the bash. Slithering Crush once more. The Rage comes out pretty late. It's not going to matter. Despite missing the first Slithering Crush, they get the kill. They work on the bottom tier 1 tower. They'll send Setsu as well as Lanham over to defend as the kill comes forth for LGD. However, they've lost their tier 1 over mid. All just buying time right now for Ame. Continues to just farm up, going into the drums. Now sitting second on the net worth behind this DK. For a second, finding FY coming through the trees. Quelling Blade for DK. They've got the fissure. Now the TP attempt. Oh, one. Nope. Not in time. Setsu lumberjacking his way through the trees. Just not well versed in lumberjacking. Lumberjacking? Is that even the word? What does maybe have 3 Wraith Bands and a medallion going into a Solar Crest after he finishes up his boots.
Dire structures are fortified.
He is level 8. They'll spot SRF. They'll need, I would say, the glimpse on this if they wanted the kill. X-Nova just comes over. Gotta assume that maybe is there as well, but now they'll pressure the top tier 1 with Ame over and maybe here to do some damage. Fissure. Follow that up with the Dragon Tail. They've got the Brain Sap, Breathe Fire right on top of FY. Easy kill. Southern Crush behind him. Onto Lanham. They've got the bash to follow it up, but it's just not enough damage. They try to get this bottom tier 1. They don't have it just yet. They've lost their top tier 1. Corrosive Haze on multiple heroes. Maybe coming over. Here come the mass TPs over bottom. They'll pop that ulti. They'll look for the kill on a Setsu. The Swashbuckle comes through. They've got the Slithering Crush to kill off Afu. They'll look for SRF. Shield Crash a little bit over to the side, but the Omni Slash comes in. Make that 2 there for LGD. 4-2 in their favor. And with that, and pushing back Setsu, they might even be able to grab a tier 1 tower over at bottom.
Radiant bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Fly goes over towards mid. They take the tier 1 tower bottom. Will be taken by maybe who's got the medallion, like we said earlier. His farm is okay, sitting behind Monet. We'll be going into the Midas. So he's going into the Midas. The Dragonite has treads. Crimson Guard for him first. And Ame after the drums will go Maelstrom. So it will not be one of those Battle Fury games, and he's actually almost got this Maelstrom ready to go. So Ame had that easy time over top. Really wasn't deterred at all. Glimpse into the kinetic field. The Nightmare on FY pulled off by X-Nova into the Rolling Thunder. Back around, but the Fissure kind of changes his path. They'll still get the kill on Afu. No jump over that Fissure. Back behind his team. And they get another support here for LGD as they take a 1,000 net worth lead, but they force the glimpse, or the glyph, excuse me, on these towers to defend the tier 1 mid. So the denies have been really great for Ame. Of Of course, the CS and the farm has been stellar too. Swashbuckle over. Lifestealer now with the rage, but being pushed back, taking a lot of damage from this ulti from the Clinks. I guess maybe you just don't expect it like that as the Dragon Tail comes through, but that's an illusion of the Pangolier. And RNG unable to find anybody from LGD. So again, all this time and all this space being made for Ame. As he's just about finished with his Maelstrom. There's enough for it. Coming on the courier. Lanham, Blink Dagger, far away from it. Afu dead again. It's a rerun. They get this kill and they pressure the bottom tier too. Pressure it, they don't get it just yet. They do have the Blink Dagger, Elder Dragon form available here on the Dragonite. We'll see if they're willing to defend.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe starting to hit away. They've got 3 heroes. The Fissure misses. Setsu moving forward. He needs to be careful. As Afu comes around, and there's the Blade Fury. SRF will surge away the Bane. Meanwhile, in the back line's the Blink under the Dragon Tail. Echo Slam just on X Nova. That'll get the kill. The Omni Slash comes in onto Afu. They'll also take out Lanham. SRF falls as well. 3 heroes already dead. The Rolling Thunder backs up and around over on Setsu. The buyback comes out from SRF. Let's see what he's able to do. He does have the wall free for him, but he doesn't have any levels in the vacuum. The wall's just placed down, and yes, it's a zoning deterrent, but if RNG come chasing, they might just pay for it. They get the kill on a Chalice, they lose SRF again. He's dead for the second time. The Infest in, then the Infest pop, though drums to run away as Afu makes his way in. Nightmare coming through, maybe trying to set up as he's got that medallion. They'll get the kill on Ame, they'll look for more. The Blink with the dust, the Fissure comes out, Static Storm as well as the Glimpse. Maybe still needs to try and run, but he's kind of locked in here with this Fissure. 4 heroes surround him. Setsu dominating, now at 4-0-1. And RNG, despite the dieback from this Darkseer, kind of make out semi-well. I mean, look at that. We're gaining about 1,300 net worth. So the Maelstrom is finished. Straight into the Mjolnir. What is Chalice going for? He's got the Vlad's going into the Blink Dagger. No surprise there. And then maybe still working on that Solar Crest. Midas Straight Radiance. And still the Blink Dagger, BKB for the DK. After this Blink Dagger that he's already had. And we'll see if that is Mech Pipe Guardian Greaves, which is normally the case. See if off that too, if LGD are just looking to farm. A good ward place there from the Bane. I think that caught the tail end of maybe coming over. Not that it matters as he shows himself over mid. Ame getting close to that Hyperstone. And does X-Nova have a smoke? He does, so they might farm this and smoke, or, well, they'll just go for the smoke, and they don't throw a sentry down, so they've been spotted with this as they head over towards top. And they've already TP'd out. They've got the glimpse on Afu. They'll spot him. should be at least one. The Nightmare comes through, but Afu being chased down by Ame will eventually die. Ooh, SRF also falling.
Overthought things, my friend. My path to victory was close.
Chalice coming over. Setsu farming right by him. We've also got Lanham, so they'll get the Dragon Tail as well as the Fissure. It glimpses back into the Static Storm. Chalice trying to work on Setsu as the Omni Slash comes through. Bounces over to Lanham. Back over to Setsu. And with the Corrosive Haze, they have more than enough damage and the Blade Fury on top of him to get the kill, stop the streak, and get that gold over their way as they've now taken a 2,000 net worth lead. A bit of gold going the way for Chalice. Fiend's Grip, SRF over with Lanham and Afu. And with the Fissure and the Echo Slam. They commit the Echo to that, and they get the kill on a Chalice. I'm not sure if that was really necessary, the Echo. Fiend's Grip was running out, and he was low on health. Maybe they just weren't sure they were going to get the kill. But soon to have that blink, and you'll get that blink and have Echo on cooldown. So 13-7, not as much of a... Well, really, the first game wasn't much of a bloodbath either. There's that Blink Dagger there for the Earthshaker. That casual Javelin going into the mech for FY. BKB for Chalice. And still the Solar Crest for Clinks. He's got that ulti orb, or has the gold for the ulti orb to finish it all off. Where the movements go to for LGD, because it's the MKB next, and really Ame's just been giving so much space. He's 6-1-1 now into the Manta style. He's got the full Mjolnir. Monet too. He's got this Radiance ready to go. It's turned off as they have smoked up. SRF on the low ground coming over is Ame, and they spot this with this great ward that was placed there earlier by the Bane of Afu. Blink, Dragon Tail, look for the kill. The Enfeeble plays down onto the Clinks. They'll find maybe, and it's an easy pickoff. Chalice forced to run. RNG doing a good job with that smoke, especially with the vision that they've got in this ward. It spotted Ame coming down, and they knew where to go, pick him off, and take out one of the top cores on the side of LGD. They do get the tier 1 tower on top of it all. Monet grabs that. He'll TP over bottom. They'll wait for maybe, as this is bringing in just the clarity as well as sentry wards. They'll try and clean up the vision, or at least try and spot it. Let's see if X Nova can find this ward.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's there. And he spots it. Nicely done by X Nova to take that vision away. It's been there for a little bit longer than it should, but it's a good placed ward by Afu. Now they'll come over towards mid, but the blink away. Maybe looking to pounce. They've got the glimpse. That won't be into a kinetic field. As blink, possible fissure, but holds off on it. Again, all this time while OGD are taking the attention of RNG, Ame continuing to farm looking for this Manta style. The same could be said here about RNG. They've taken these fights at times, gotten a couple of pickoffs, will look to farm. They're looking for a Manta style here on Monet. He's infested in on Lanham. They've got the Blink Dagger ready on the Earthshaker, looking ready to go. And Ame into the trees. Let's see if that's just straight TP. It will be. X Nova mid as FY, and the Echo Slam comes out. They'll get the kill here on FY. Gets spotted out, but again, costing them the Echo. They're going to the Elder Dragon form, the Blink forward, looking for X Nova. The buyback comes out from FY now. Let's see what they're able to do with this. As RNG, they start to step away already. The Blink, Southern Crush comes out on SRF. They've also got the Glimpse as well as the Static Storm, but Lanham blinks away from it. They get the kill onto Chalice. The Rolling Thunder comes in. The walls placed down. The Vacuum in. That's going to land onto 2, and now the Blade Fury away. They'll look to at least grab Afu. And is behind them. We take a look over at Maybe, who's been dusted up. He dies. And LGD, they finally do pick off Afu. This isn't going as well as they would have planned. SRF glimpse back, kinetic field, not able to lock him in, but it won't matter. They've got the bash. They'll get the hit. They'll get the kill on SRF. And with that, they moved into Roche. A lot was expended there from RNG. They don't have Echo Slam. Elder Dragon form is about to run out. They are trying to stop this Roche attempt. And Monet, he's locked inside the pit. The Fissure blocks the rest of the team out, but they've got themselves the Vacuum. They get the kill on a Chalice. They'll look over from where FY ends up falling. And now they lose Ame on top of that whole thing. RNG, they'll stick inside the pit. They've got 4 heroes right here. With Afu over mid, and really no way for LGD to get inside the Roche pit to steal the Aegis. This is for sure theirs.
Radiant are scanning. The sun has fallen to the radiant.
3,000 net worth lead off that. Nason top of the net worth. He's close to this Manta stock. Compare that to Ame, who is a recipe and an ulti orb away. Lifestealer sitting 3,000 net worth ahead of the Jug. So right now, RNG, they've got the momentum. They've got a slight lead. LGD trying to farm up a little bit more. It looked like that they were potentially in a good spot, but the fight over mid, the fight over Roche towards the Roche pit was just not what they needed. And now you might want to sit back and find these next items. Get that Manta style for Ame. Get the MKB here for Maybe, and then Chalice, he's going into the BKB. If he could grab that soon enough, we'll see how much that's able to help in these fights. But again, you know, the more you build, the more the other side is able to do so as well. With AC coming out next for the DK. 4 staff for the Earthshaker. Manta finish on the Lifestealer. He's got AC queued up too. And then Mech for the Darkseer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
RNG, they do have this Aegis here on Lifestealer. Everything back up, as they do use the Elder Dragon form over mid. They get the tower, they smoke right off of that on the Dire side of that bottom shrine. A lot of LGD corralled back towards their base. The only one out right now is Maybe, as he's continuing to try and farm where he can on the map. But this seems really tough for LGD to find the proper positioning.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He stayed far enough back, although Maybe 3 heroes here, and it's a kill onto this Clinks. That brings them all the way to a 7,000 net worth lead here for RNG. LGD really looking for a way out, and with their cores dying consecutive times in the last couple of minutes, it has really gone RNG's way in this game too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
2 smokes for Afu. AC finish for the DK.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Shiva's next for the Lifestealer. We've got some sustained potential here with Pangolier going into the Guardian Greaves. Ame still looking for the Manta. BKB is relatively close here for the Sarda. That'll 900,000 gold away. OGD this whole time have been trying to farm. They're not really looking to fight, avoiding RNG as much as they can. Unfortunately, with maybe being so far out over in the top lane just a moment ago, he was easily able to be picked off with the blink coming in and having that infest. They echo slammed on top of him. They got the kill. Lifestewer very far ahead in terms of net worth. The only one who's really got a good chunk of net worth on the side of LGD is Ame, something we saw in the previous game for RNG where all their net worth was on Monet.
Dire structures are falling. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They'll go for the tier 3 tower. We'll see if they're even able to
Dire's bottom
defend this. As the tier 3 goes down, they work on the melee racks. Where is LGD's point of entry? X-Nova, open wounds, 3 shots coming out from Monet. They'll get the kill. He'll buy back immediately. The Rolling Thunder comes in. That's going to bounce on a Monet as well as Sensu. The Fisher comes through, and that's going to land on a 2. But Ame's got the Blade Fury. He does some damage with it, but is it even going to be enough? The vacuum wall on a Chalice as well as Ame. He's got the Omni Slash to bounce around on a Monet, but still just lacking the damage to get it done. Ball back on Afu already. They'll get these remaining 4 heroes out. Here's the Aegis expiring. 1 for 1, both buying back. Got the tier 3. Omni Slash used. Echo Slam comes in. Static Storm will be placed down. They've got themselves a Slither and Crush. They'll get the kill on Alana. Monet is locked in for just a moment, but vacuum onto 4 heroes. Now the Glimpse pulling him back. No, he'll use the Rage. Keeps pushing in over top. RNG finally leaving. They get the tier 3. They don't get the melee racks. A semi-hold for LGD as they get the kill on Alanum, and they did use Echo Slam towards the end there to well, really not get anything. OGD still trying to pull it back down. A moment ago by 9,000 net worth, now 7,000 net worth. They finally have the Manta Style finished off on Ame. He's going into the Butterfly next. Monet, he's got the Shivas next into the Mjolnir. His farm has been outstanding, as has been Setsu. Finally, Chalice is able to finish that BKB. RNG might wait for Roche. So they do have this advantage, and we'll see how they elect to play it as they'll infest in Alanum. He has Echo Slam in 20 seconds. They'll look up towards top, and it is maybe who's sitting there. Needs to be careful once again, as that is where he just got picked off about 7 minutes ago. He immediately TPs away. Smoke broken. Chalice coming over. Afu in Feeble. Now the Rolling Thunder and Fissure into the face of the Rolling Pangolier, but RNG don't find anything with this smoke.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Oh, just on the edge.
Dire's
So Clink's
top
able to
shrine
finish
is
off
under
this
attack.
MKB. It seemed like maybe was kind of really falling off as he had died a couple of times in a row. They're trying to get the Butterfly. Now the Blink Dragon Tail. A lot of damage through on FY. The chase is on as he's got the Guardian Greaves. The Swashbuckle onto the low ground. They'll escape, but there's the Echo Slam with the Fissure. FY doesn't die! He doesn't die! He had like 50 health remaining. Monet all of a sudden just finds Chalice behind everything that was going on inside the river.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He didn't use his BKB. Gets caught out, I believe, by Afu in the Fiend's Grip.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So now 40 seconds without the Slardar, which is a lot of the Dire's control.
Dire's middle tower.
Rolling Thunder, they've got the Infest. He needs to get back. Will with the shield crash, trying to stay alive. Buy some time for Chalice to come back. Swashbuckle misses. The Shivas is used. The Guardian Greaves come out. Now the chase on to FY, pass towards the tier 4s. The Glyph is used by LGD. RNG, they do get the tier 3. They don't get anything more than Chalice previously. How long are they willing to stay? Will Chalice come from behind? TP to this shrine. Just charges through the middle. They get the melee racks, so something they couldn't achieve over bottom. One more tier 3 is available. They got the melee racks over mid. Everything standing bottom in terms of racks. Smoke, Monet. Chalice has his smoke broken. The Blink with the Dragon Tail taking a lot of damage. He just came back alive, and now he's got the BKB trying to run away from Monet. As the Omni Slash bouncing around from Ame, is it going to be enough to get any kills here with the Rolling Thunder behind him from FY? Blade Fury right on top. SRF trying to run away. The damage comes out from the Clinks. They'll get the kill on Monet as well as SRF. Monet doesn't have buyback. SRF does immediately. LGD looked like Chalice was dead to rights, and all of a sudden they get themselves a kill. They walk into the Roach Pit. Afu doesn't know that maybe he's right there. 4 arrows come in, and they will sear right through this Bane. With that, Ame picks up the Aegis. Chalice gets himself the cheese, and we're back to even.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're just going past these tier 2s and looking for Setsu. They bring him all the way back with that glimpse. Centaur helping out. He'll stop for Setsu. And not only did FY collect a couple of bounties, gets the life of Setsu,
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
and he's dead for 70.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Forced to buy back in this situation too. Ame picks up the butterfly. They'll get the tier 3 over mid,
Radiant's middle tower
and
has
they
fallen.
won't stick around. That's been a 12,000 net worth shift. Real fast.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
All of a sudden, LGD in the lead here as Sardar going for the AC. Ame going into the Scotty. Pick up that butterfly relatively quickly after it taken him so long to get the Manta. Dragonlance here for the Clinks. Heaven's Halberd for the DK. Almost having the Mjolnir too. LGD held on long enough. Lost the melee racks over mid, lost the tier 3 over bottom. But the fight towards mid, and well, they were able to bring it back. RNG though, they are smoked up and will infest somewhere. Looks like they were smoking and looking to fight, but okay. Staying still for quite some time, and now the smoke runs out. Kind of seeming a little bit disjointed. Especially after losing the lead. And having such a net worth shift and feeling the game kind of slipping. They lose their tier 2 over bottom. And now the pressure's coming out from LGD, who had been on the defensive for the last 15 minutes or so. Ame will lead the charge, the Blade Fury. The open wounds came through on Ame. LGD with that aggression will back off. They're trying to build an Ags here on the Disruptor. 2,000 gold away. Got smoke ready. They might push out these creeps and smoke up. They do, again, remember, have this Aegis for a couple more minutes. And the cheese out here on Chalice, who is seemingly ready to go. Bunch of heroes set up here from RNG. Blink, Dragon Tail with the Fissure. They'll get the kill on X-Nova, and X-Nova buys back immediately. That's kind of giving away the fact that LGD might have been close. And is this buyback going to be worth it? It means that LGD are looking to pressure and looking to fight, but that pushes him further away from this axe that he was trying to save up for at least.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Trying to figure out what both teams are looking for. They're almost hesitant in making their next step forward towards these teams, knowing where they are, vision or not. And RNG, we saw with their smoke, they were very hesitant to make a play towards LGD. Where LGD, now they just kind of split up. Continue to farm here on maybe. The Aegis expires. That's why they've backed off. They finish off the Scotty on Ame. Pace of the farming has been really nice here for LGD in these past couple minutes or so.
Dire are scanning.
We would have liked to fight 5-on-5, but that buyback came out from X-Nova, and it really didn't turn into much.
Invisibility.
This could be a part of the game where we're just waiting for the next Roche, which is up in possibly 2 minutes 20 seconds. Gives time for LGD to farm their look for the AC on the Slardar. They'll get a 4-staff there on the Pangolier. Maybe X-Nova is able to afford that Ags. He would have been able to afford it had he not fought back after dying, but he wasn't exactly sure what him and his team were going to do. They've got themselves the Crystallis here on the Clinks, who's going into the Bloodthorn. So he's got time to farm that up, and well, Scotty just being farmed, finished on Juggernaut. He's already got himself 2,200 gold saved up, so he's definitely happy. As for RNG, you're going into an MKB from the Lifestealer, who had finished off the Mjolnir. E-Blade from the Earthshaker. And I believe DK, most recent item was the AC. Bane wants a Ghost Scepter. Darkseer has the Lotus Orb. Possibly back into the Arcane Boots. Guardian Greaves. Only has 1,400 gold though. RNG setting up towards the pit. Still another minute to go. But LGD, they're also set up nearby. They're showing Ame just in case the jump comes through from RNG. They're smoked up behind him. Monet nearby, and they're going to spot him cleaning up these creeps. So let's see if they can jump in and possibly get a couple of kills here. Let's take a look at buyback too. Not available on DK. Not available on Chalice. Darkseer is up in 3. Earthshaker 500 gold. And Disruptor, obviously X-Nova just used his. Still kind of have at the standstill. FY moves forward, swashbuckles out. LGD moving forward on the tier 3 and racks of mid. Lanham looking for the fissure, trying to find the right spot. The Blade Fury used, but the fissure blocks him out. SRF lays down the wall, but this is like a half commitment coming in from RNG. Afu looking for something. The Echo Slam just comes out on Ame. Behind them is Setsu with the BKB being popped. They'll get the kill on Afu. They'll take out Ame. He ends up dying. He'll buy back right away. The Rolling Thunder coming in from FY. They'll glimpse back Monet. They'll look for the kill. They've got the Corrosive Haze. The Rolling Thunder hits on a 2 of these heroes. But the Nightmare keeping Monet alive. He'll infest into the Bane. But now he tries to run away. Or does he? He comes back right into the face of FY. Gets the double kill. Takes out this Pangolier looking for more. They've got the stun onto Chalice. Setsu blinking forward. The Fiend's Grip on him, maybe. They're pinging him out. They want him to get the kill, but they don't have him just yet. Chalice has been Nightmare for a moment. They've got the Corrosive Haze on Alanum. The Omnisledge will follow it up, and the Ghost Scepter keeping him alive, bouncing around. Is he going to survive the whole thing? Lanham, forced death, and the Thunder Strike finally finishes him off. But he's got enough for a buyback. He turns around, but the damage from Meaty's just too much. He's standing there and taking these searing arrows right to the chest. The vacuum comes back, but the kinetic field is there as Monet trying to run it up. He gets the kill on the Ame, who just fought back. He's dead for 2 minutes. Monet now with Setsu running at Chalice, trying to find this Slardar as there's the Shivas, there's the slowdown, there's the Dragon Tail, and there's the kill from RNG. Triple kill there for Monet. Buybacks from 4 heroes from RNG, so the net worth doesn't exactly change, but they're without 3 of these heroes for at least a minute. RNG off that
Dire's middle barracks are under
potentially won this game.
Dire's middle barracks is falling.
Dire have fortification. See how far they're willing to go. No buyback on Clinks. If he dies, the fissure avoided with the shield crash. And here comes the ulti coming out from maybe. SRF taking a lot of damage. That's looking for the blink as well as the Dragon Tail. FY now in the middle of all 4 of these heroes. So swashbuckle away as well as the vacuum coming through. But the open wounds out on a maybe. That's going to be enough damage. He'll end up dying dead for 84. He didn't have the gold for buyback. He spent it. Bought out on the Daedalus. Now they look over at FY. He's just trying to buy some time. Buy some time for Chalice. Buy some time for the Disruptor to come back. And no way! How is he alive through that Echo Slam? The tier 4s are down. The Ancients exposed. Can they even stop this? The Rage comes in and RNG take the game. Oh my. Ame bought back and then he died inside that fight. Dead for so long. Oh man. I can't believe they just won that. They won that without the net worth lead. Without the experience lead. Oh my. Monet at the end. Ripping through these heroes. 13, 2, and 6. Afu, he may not have gotten a kill there, but that was impressive play from that Bane. And it just, I really thought LGD were about to clean it up, but Ame's buyback and maybe buying out on the Daedalus, not having enough gold. He ends up dying. They have no way to stop this. And RNG steal game 2 away from LGD, pushing it on to game 3, which we'll be back with in just a moment. Stay right there. I'm your caster B-Cop. Game 3 on the way next.